Hey guys, what's going on? It's Grant and Tyler here today with another episode.
Episode 9.
Episode 9.
Folks, we're live.
We're almost on the double digits.
Folks, come on, give me some knucks on that.
I know.
Episode 9, and yes, I know I just spilled on my shirt, but you know what? It's life, and let's just deal with it, you know?
And today we're going to be trying out pre-kaged.
Pre-kaged.
Yeah, so...
Sounds unsafe and illegal, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah, so it's a pre-workout primer. That's what they call it.
And what does that mean? Because honestly, I have no clue.
Nothing at all. It means that it's a pre-workout. That's really what it is. It's just got some caffeine in it. It's got some green tea extract in it. It's got a ton of different chemicals into it.
What about some beta-alanine?
It does have beta-alanine. You are
Nice.
right. It has creatine in it. It's got betaine. I don't know what it's actually called. But there were some other things that I was looking up to try to see like exactly what kind of supplements are in here.
Sure.
And I think
citrulline is 6.5. Okay.
I think it was the natural betaine or whatever it's called, in which what that does is that actually helps you, I guess, it reduces the risk of cancer or all this other stuff. But
Sure.
like proven, of course, you know, whatever. So
Well, I will say this.
this is a big packet.
Yo, this is fat.
This
is
big.
like, it's not one of those like bags of Lay's chips where you open it up and it's all air. This is like, this is stout.
They have a full list on how to consume it. And then
you guys already know how we do. We just go straight to the dome.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. They say mix 1 pouch with 16 to 20 ounces of cold water. A shaker bottle 30 to 45 minutes before workout. Continue to shake bottle lightly between sips and drink entirely within 25 minutes of mixing.
Yo, what?
Yeah. They actually have that on the label. Isn't that fascinating? I was like, wow, these guys actually really gone through.
Yo, that's crazy because...
You know, I would have looked this guy up on Instagram, but again, Instagram is down.
Instagram is down currently, and I'm trying to upload a video for you guys out there, and it's just not cooperating, so I apologize. Also, I recently took my buddy who I met at the gym. He like makes his own pre-workout, or he was kind of dabbling into it, and I took that this morning.
How was it?
It was really good. It was 7 milligrams of citrulline, or not milligrams, 7 grams of citrulline. This has 6.5, and there was 4 grams of beta-alanine.
What?
Yep.
What is that massive?
Yeah, it was huge. And I had 400 milligrams of caffeine with it because he gave me 2 caffeine pills, 200 each. And let me tell you, I'm not gonna lie, it was a lot, but I've got a tolerance up since we've started doing this. Like, I'm sure my tolerances went up, but dude, I was itching for like 4 hours. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was an amazing pump, but I was itching for like ever afterwards. Well, so what do we got here? 6.5?
Be careful with this.
Absolutely. We got 6.5 grams of citrulline. I'm trying to find, where's the beta-alanine in here?
It's under a different name. It's carnosine. Strength and Power Matrix.
Okay. About 1.5. Okay.
That's typically like my limit. Yeah. Honestly, whenever it comes to that. Plus, I mean, it only has 274 milligrams of caffeine.
Only.
I mean, like compared to 300 milligrams, compared to a 400 milligram pre-workout that I've seen multiple times.
That's true.
This is honestly like a pretty decent one to do. So.
And for all you spring breakers out there worrying about. All you spring breakers out there worrying about your body, it's only 15 calories, so I mean, come on, folks, you know.
All right, so it's green apple or crisp apple.
This is gonna be tart, I can already tell.
Already smelling it. Yeah, it's tart. But it actually smells like a fresh apple.
It smells like that good old Granny Smith action, dog.
Yeah, it does. It's really
dude, you guys know we go to the dome, but this is stout. It's a lot, and it says to mix with 16 to 20 ounces of water. Typically, any pre-workout says
that's pretty much
6 to 8 or 8 to 10 maybe, and this is double that.
Look at it. It's a big mountain. It's a mountain. I'm not sure.
Is that turning red?
I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Yeah, it's turning red because it's crisp apple.
I thought it was
not a green apple. It's crisp apple. Plot twist.
Oh my gosh. I mean, all right. I do not want to go to the dome.
I wouldn't do it if I were you.
Dude, this is so much.
I would put half and half. How about do half and half? Dude, it smells like an apple in here.
Gosh, dang it.
Do you not like it actually in your shaker?
No, I prefer that. But I did it one time, like episode 2 or something, or 3, and that's just been my reality. That's what the fans expect.
Dude, this smells good.
Give it a shot. Taste it real quick.
All right, well, let me
Taste it real quick. Let me know if I'm getting myself into something crazy here if I go to the dome.
Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
It's straight up tart. Straight up.
And that's with what, like 20 ounces of water?
That's with like 16. Yeah, it's 20 ounces of water. It's straight up tart.
But I'm just gonna dip the tongue in it, maybe just to see.
Oh, don't do that. Reminds me of like what are they
And we
called?
spill on my shirt again.
Today's not your day.
Dude, what's going on today with me?
Today's not
That
your
is
day.
tart as heck. Also, I tried to upload a YouTube video the other day, or last night, and guess what, Adobe? Adobe crashes. Hey, Adobe, figure it out. This has happened probably 4 times.
Well, like, okay.
And listen, I think I have the autosave on, right? It says autosave. It's saying complete. It's saying save. Every probably hour, it'll say, like, there's a bar that comes across that says saving project.
Do you know how many games?
Where does it go?
How many?
I don't know.
Do you know how many gigs you have of RAM?
I have no idea about anything. All I know is I just put in work, I grind it out, and that's what we do.
So typically for video editing, especially with Adobe,
Guys, go ahead.
the best practice is to have 16 gigs, right? In which
To export?
no, 16 gigs of RAM, right?
I wonder what. Shoot, I really wonder.
You're probably sitting at 8, which typically, especially if you were doing some crazy special effects stuff, it could crash it. 16 gigs is considered to be the safe side and like kind of standard of video editing. So that's why I have the program that I have on my computer, because I know that it cannot do Adobe.
Yeah. Dude, you know what? You know what I almost did?
What?
I almost opened my water bottle, and I almost dumped this in there.
Almost.
This is for you guys. You guys don't even.
You got a funnel.
This is. Everyone out there, this is for you.
You got a funnel.
Jessica, Eric, Jesse, Cassandra, all you guys, this one's for you. And we're going to funnel it, though.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You know what? You want to help me out? Let's be,
Oh boy.
let's tag team this thing.
All right, ready?
Hold on.
All right, so we're gonna do half.
Okay.
We're gonna agree to half.
Go to half. Hold on, let me breathe. All right, go ahead, down the hatch.
I can't even see it. Okay, that's about good to start off with. Oh, that just sounds gross. That wasn't even half. That wasn't even a fourth. Woo! Get nasty there. Feel good?
Woo!
Car's already fogging up.
Yeah, we're fogging up in here. That tastes like. You ever eat those warheads?
That's what it is. That's what it is.
It tastes just like a warhead.
It's like,
Green apple warhead.
yeah,
Ah!
it is straight up tart. But I mean, like,
Do it all. Just let's get it done.
all of it?
All of it right now.
Oh my god, don't spill over my car, please. This looks so weird. Okay, that's about good. There's still a good amount. Oh, that's so weird. Shake it, shake it. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your booty. Don't. Okay.
Ow! Was that all of it?
Look, there's still this much left.
Oh, God.
Just put it in your shaker.
Nope. Go down it. Come on, end it.
Oh, God. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, God. Shake lightly. Take a sip. I'm doing what the directions are told. You're gonna get your ass kicked with this.
Oh. Whew. There's a tear in my eye.
Oh, gosh. How much water have you drank today?
Oh, you know. Not a lot.
Of course.
And we're back.
Oh, God.
Whew.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this.
Keep that as a keepsake.
Okay.
I think my thigh's bruised from punching it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have punched your freaking thigh.
Anyway, guys, today's episode, I asked on Instagram, and I'm hoping it comes up in loads because Instagram is down currently.
Let me check.
I asked on Instagram for some topics, right?
Yes.
So I asked the fans out there for... Dude, I can't speak. I asked the fans out there for some topics, and we had some good responses, and I don't think any of them were concerning lifting at all.
No, that's fine.
And that's great, and that's
fine.
okay. And that's what we're going to branch into anyway, so whatever works.
Do people send it to you like DMs?
Yeah, so when you put a question out on Instagram, you can put like a question on your My Story, right?
Well, yeah.
And then...
I've never actually done it.
When you go to your story and you swipe up on the box that you had
you'll
questions,
see it.
you'll see
Okay.
all your replies. Luckily, I screenshotted a picture the other day just because I didn't know if it was gonna not necessarily be down, but if it was gonna stay more than 24 hours, the questions or whatever else. So I actually took a screenshot and... Here we go.
Okay.
All right, folks. We have some questions, and we'll give them a little shout out on the little Instagram here.
Okay.
So we have one from R_V06 Ray Valerio. How's it going, Ray? I said, let's ask the fans for some topics. The very first one, and I would love to hear your comment on this. The first one is D's nuts.
Oh, God.
What do you? What's the consensus on D's nuts?
What, the meme itself, or?
It just says D's nuts.
Oh, wonderful.
Ray, how's it going out there, buddy? I'm gonna say yes, absolutely, always. What do you think?
Absolutely, always.
And I think that's a retweet from Grant right there, buddy. So, Ray, appreciate you reaching out, saying these nuts. We got another response here from Mac Mansavage or Michaela Mansavage.
Okay.
Topic, and the response was Impractical Jokers.
Oh, God.
That is my favorite TV show ever created in the history of life.
You're gonna hate me even more.
Don't tell me that you hate it.
I just don't like it.
Oh!
I don't like it. And
Bro, what's going on with him? Why am I doing this? Doesn't like steak, doesn't drink milk. I love
No
steak. Milk is the best beverage there is, and now he doesn't like my favorite TV show. I don't know why I'm here.
I just don't find it funny.
How long is this battery up? Because I can go off for about 2 hours here.
Oh,
you know what?
Oh, no. Personally, I mean, come on.
So what's the reason? Tell me the reasoning here. Should we even unpack this?
It's cringy to the point where, like, it's more awkward than actual funny. Right? The whole thing is that like that type of comedy, actually comedy derives from being uncomfortable, hysteria, right?
Sure.
Hysteria. And so
Disturbia.
God,
song from Rihanna.
And so like typically whenever people find themselves uncomfortable, they tend to laugh.
Sure.
And that's
what I do too. Anything with any uncomfortable situation, or if I'm nervous ever or anxious or anything like that, I'll always try to crack a joke.
See, that's the thing, is that I don't.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll always try to like lighten the situation, or if I can tell like there's two people and it's awkward and I'm just like the third party there.
Yeah, I won't.
I'll dive in and I'll just start cracking jokes, or I'll try to make them laugh or bring light to the situation or something like that.
To me, I'll be like in the corner because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. So see, I mean, like that.
Okay, I mean, yeah, I can see that.
So like that type of comedy, I don't really find appealing at all.
Okay, well, you're wrong, and that's fine. And that's okay, folks, and we're going to let it slide. But I tell you what, episode 10, if he pulls some stuff like this again, we're done. We're canceling this episode, and we're gonna find a new co-host who likes the Practical Jokers, who loves to eat steak. You know what? I take that back. Episode 10, we're gonna set up in my house. We're gonna have Practical Jokers on while we're eating a steak with a big glass of milk. What do you think about that, buddy? That's episode 10.
Episode 10. While we're taking it to the dome.
While we're taking it to the dome. All right. Well, thanks, Mac, for that. Some people out there. I'll tell you what, even better yet, if anyone is on Grant's side with this, just turn it off right now. Just unsubscribe, just get out of here, because you have no right to even have access to the internet, let alone YouTube, right? So get out of here.
I just don't find it that fun.
Anyway, number 3 here, from the username Pitchfork20. Pitchfork20. He was a grade younger than me in high school. His full name is Chris Weiler.
Okay.
They call him Pitchfork in high school.
Okay.
He said, high school stories.
High school stories.
That's a really broad topic.
That is very broad. Do you want to get embarrassing high school stories, or do you want to do...
I'll tell you what, I'm trying to see here. Okay, so we don't have anything else with lifting, and so let's just say a lifting story from high school. Anything that pops out possibly, or anything like that? Go ahead.
Let's see here. So in wrestling, we did an Iron Man where we did a full competition on like who can throw the farthest, who can run the farthest, or you know what I mean. It's just like it was just like who can be the best overall, and the best overall. The thing is that what was really interesting was that it's kind of funny on how our wrestling days kind of went. The good guys could get out of practice. So that was the thing. Once you were Iron Man, you could get out of practice like one time if you wanted to.
It was almost like a
get out of jail
free card, or
kinda,
once you earn this status, then you can miss a practice or something like that.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so that was a big thing, and like we actually did it like on the weekend, which is pretty crazy.
Like outside of high school, like outside of normal practice or whatever it would be.
Yeah, because of the fact that practice was set for practice, it wasn't set for this. Mm-hmm. And so if you wanted to participate, you could get like half a practice and something like that. So anyway, I remember lifting, and it was in regards to just like how many pull-ups you could do in the gym. And I got 7, which I was very surprised, because since like I never really have done a pull-up in my entire life during that time frame, and now I can barely even do like 3 or 4.
Well,
so it's
you typically don't train, like you don't go to the weight room, and a lot of people, I guess you could say like, hey, let me go max out pull-ups.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Or let me go train functionally for pull-ups. Like you don't do that.
There was a kid who did 17, which I was like, Jesus.
I mean, there you go, folks.
But anyway, that was an interesting story that I remember specifically for that.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, in junior year, I benched 205, and people thought I was crazy.
Okay, you're on the juice in high school. I like it. Nice.
People thought I was, but I'm like, I'm still a tiny kid. There's no way.
Oh, I was gonna say, has anyone ever throughout your career, like career or life or any, like experiences with weightlifting or in the gym, has anyone ever accused you of taking steroids, growth hormone, testosterone, anything like that?
No. But I can definitely see in your point of view, just because of like how thick you are.
It's funny because this morning I worked out, and this guy was in the gym. So I went to the gym like at 3:30 this morning. I know it's crazy, but I had to open the gym this morning. Anyway, so I got to work out right before I worked, right? Mm-hmm. And this guy came in, and he's one of the trainers at the gym there. So I don't know if he had a client or what he was doing up that early, but he was in the gym, and he comes up to me right away. He's like, "Hey man, what's going on?" And I was filming like a video. He's like, hey man, like I'm a trainer here. And at first I was like, oh crap, like I'm in trouble for filming or doing something like that. And he's like, no man, like that's great. And he competed too or something like that. He's like, oh, so are you gonna do a show or anything? And then I was like, yeah man, absolutely. And he's like, natural or? I was like, yes, natural, buddy. Yes.
Get into the natty.
So I was like, all right man. But high school stories with lifting. I specifically remember my freshman year of football. I don't know why we did this. Before one of our football practices, we were maxing out on our squat.
Yeah.
And I think that's, I mean, whatever. Regardless, we were maxing out. Everyone was maxing out. And once you got done with your max, you'd go to locker room, change, and then head out, right? For practice, right?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
You would max out and then you would go to practice?
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't remember any other time we've done that. Or maybe we weren't maxing out and I just wanted to.
Okay.
I don't remember. But anyway, I remember I was maxing out on squat right before football practice my freshman year. And I got 300 up, right?
Okay.
And I was like, okay, great. 300 went up nice. I was like, and I was probably, my freshman year, I wrestled at 119. And I was probably maybe 125.
Jesus.
I was maybe 125,
My
right?
Lord.
So I squatted 300 pounds and I was like, you know what? I want to get 3 plates. I'm going to try it. I've never, ever done that. I've never had that weight. I already PR'd at 300, right? And it went up smooth. I was like, oh, shoot. Okay, let's try 315. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let's put it on. And the football coach was in there and I had some buddies spotting me. And like, that's relatively the first time I was like really introduced to the weight room. Really anyway.
Interesting.
Right? So I was like, okay, let's try this. Let's try 315. Put them on. I went down and I was like, oh, there's no way in hell. So I went like this and they didn't, I guess because it went so smooth at 300, they thought I was going to get it. So they weren't really spotting.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So instead of going down or letting it fall behind or just going down with it, I didn't know a lot about it. Right. So I went down and it came down right in front of me.
Oh.
And dude, it hurt my back so bad. And I remember that whole football practice, like my back hurt so bad.
Oh,
I was like, coach, I don't think I can practice. He's like, you'll be okay. Like, get out there. And I was like,
oh God.
what?
So like my school, power cleans. That was it. If you did not power clean, if you could not
That was
power
the staple.
Clean, yeah. If you could not power clean, get out.
Really?
Yeah. I mean like that was it, right? Like it was the number one thing. Now specifically it was a squat clean. It wasn't like an actual like clean and jerk or do whatever, things like that. So but yeah, so like you had to, you know, put your elbows up, do all that other stuff. And so, I mean, I remember a guy doing 275 for power cleans and I'm like, there's no way this guy's going to do it. Sure enough, he actually,
high school?
Yeah, he got one. Now here's the thing though, turn around, he was gearing.
Really?
Yeah, he was gearing. He
in high school, dude,
he
that's
got caught
so bad for
gearing.
you.
He got caught and I'm just like, I'm not going to do that. But like one time, I had a weight class in which we were doing power cleans and we were doing them for reps, right? They were like, how many can you do? So on and so forth.
I got 135 maybe or 95 or any, you know, something like that.
Yeah, it was sitting at 155, and so I was going down, going up, going down, going up, going down,
Yep.
and like the thing was that my weight coach told us, they were like, here's the thing, you have to like, okay, so like also deadlifts weren't a thing in my school, but power cleans
Really?
were.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the interesting part, was that deadlifts weren't like they just weren't there.
Yep.
But anyway, my coach told us that you had to go down all the way, right? Let go, come up, then snatch, you know, and then squat up, right? And then you would come down and let go and do that simultaneously. So like I got used to that rhythm. Well, one time I did not let go. And so one arm was already underneath before this arm.
Sure.
So it just went boom and just landed right on my knee. Like legitimately just the whole bar went boom. I'm
Dang.
like, oh, and I mean,
gonna hurt.
I mean, that sucked for like a good like month. But,
Oh, I'm sure. Dislocated knee right there.
I mean, no, I was fine. Like I was actually doing theater at the time, so like it wasn't really that big of a deal. But like it sucked.
Yeah.
It just sucked.
Well, yeah.
So
As far as injuries go, yeah, I specifically remember that one from high school. It was. I don't know why we did that. I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know if we had a squat max out, but I was just maybe feeling it. I don't know.
There was a kid I remember who did 4 plates in high school for squatting, and which I remember.
Animal.
Well, yeah, I remember his eyes were getting bloodshot,
Really?
Yeah, his eyes were getting bloodshot, and if he had not like racked it up, I mean, I guarantee the guy would have started bleeding.
I'm sure, or passed out.
Yeah, I'm like, this is. I'm like, that's
At what cost, dude?
Yeah,
We're in
exactly.
high school.
In high school, 17 years old, doing this stuff. Like, come on here, you know what I mean?
I mean, Larry Wheels action, dog.
I'm 23. I'm natural. I only did a cycle once.
That's not natural, bud. Once? Yeah, once every week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, Chris, for that, buddy. We got 3 more here. We'll do just for time constraints. From Eric _Holmes dot or period or whatever 25. So Rick says, how are your lives going and what does the future look like? Oh. Now that's fat. So let's just break it down because I'm sure we can dive into that and talk for hours. But I mean, let's just
I could go into philosophical terms on my life.
Absolutely. So let's just say, just give me the Cliff Note 2-minute version. How's your life going right now? What do you got going on right now? What are you projecting? What are you looking forward to?
So,
and then talk about, in regard, he says, what does the future look like? Let's talk about the future of this channel, man.
Okay, yeah. So right now, I'm preparing for Bassmaster Classic, which that's happening tomorrow. So I'll be leaving for Tennessee. So
you're heading east.
Yep. With my job, I do a lot of social media, so I see myself honestly getting out of the job that I'm at within a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then I see myself either developing my own thing or I go to a different agency or to an agency.
Do you want to stay in social media?
I do, because I feel like that's really a good niche to kind of stay into. It's almost like how print marketing was back in the 1950s, right? Whereas you stayed in print marketing and you knew that it was going to last for some time, right? You got super good at your skill.
Well, social media is not going to go anywhere. Right.
That's kind of what I'm saying that's not
going to go anywhere, and especially with, like you said, not only let's say Instagram, Twitter, or Snapchat, and Facebook, and all those big platforms. Right. There's going to be other introductions into other things. Right. Of course. Just like, I mean, you see TikTok, right? That's a fairly new app, and it's one of the most downloaded apps to date. Right. So
Saraha was one of them. Right.
Okay.
Remember that?
I have no idea.
Saraha was the private app. You remember Yik Yak?
Yep. Yik Yak. Also, where did that go?
It just, I want to say it got either bought out or it got, dissolved.
Sure. But that was huge, I know, here for a while, especially at Missouri State. I remember everyone talking about that.
Missouri State Yik Yak was there, something like that.
Yep.
So like, what's really interesting is that the future of social media, and which we're kind of getting onto a different topic, but like, it's very fascinating because it seems like the younger generation would like to have, or even just like 17-ish year olds or so would like to have an app or some sort of platform that they can direct message people without knowing exactly that's them. So
it's like
they would like to post something without the consequences.
Absolutely.
And that's the very interesting thing on how you can develop that while simultaneously having a platform to where everyone can be involved. So it's like it's almost like Reddit, right? It's almost like a Reddit thread to where you have a profile in itself and you can comment and people can engage on it while going up and down. That's why Facebook has that Reddit thread.
Sure, and I tell you what, and I think the bigger, I mean, I feel like that's part of the reason why like people live, or not necessarily people, but I feel like that's one of the reasons like why dating apps are so huge, right? Or people will get them and be like, hey, this isn't actually me. Like, I don't know if I'll actually go on a date, but like I want to live in that fantasy where I can say what I want and I can do what I want without necessarily having consequences or live in like, I guess, disconnect from reality, I guess you could call it, and then go and be somebody totally different, like on Tinder or on whatever other dating apps, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's why I feel like it's such a hit.
They want to have different personalities from their regular life with their online life.
Which is so tough, too, because, like, that's such I feel like that's so dangerous.
It can be. It can be.
It's used for the right. If it's used for the right thing, like transparency. If you're transparent and you're you're putting your best foot forward and you're being transparent with your audience and being your real self, right? Online through social media and in real life, that's great. There's no tool better. Right.
But I feel like an influencer.
Sure. And then I feel like the problem though, a lot of people don't like their 9 to 5, or they don't like the world that they've created, or their friends that they're hanging out with, or whatever it is. So then when they go online, or when they set up an account on a dating app or whatever it is, like they're going to put whatever they want on there, or what they think is
exactly what they think is doable either for another person or engaging, or I mean, it's just it's super fascinating to see like the future of like where that is going, but where I see myself going, like with this channel.
Mm-hmm. Well, that kind of ties into the social media too, because like right now, like, dude, this is the time like to create, dude. This is the time to put stuff out there, because it's just going to snowball, right? We're never going to get this opportunity again, right? So if we consistently do this and consistently put out stuff and create things, it's just going to snowball, and then when the next big Instagram or Snapchat or whatever it is comes out, you can you're right there.
It can do that. And so one of the things I feel like honestly I haven't been doing is that I haven't been consistent with all platforms, which that's the hardest part, right?
Sure.
And so I've been trying to get into the YouTube and Twitter space now, whereas then I will introduce myself back into Instagram, and I will introduce myself back into Facebook to have a full-on program or some sort of thing that I can.
What do you think is I guess if you were to rank, where do you think your priorities are as far as apps? Do you think you spend most time on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, then Snapchat, or Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube? Or where do you see yourself? Because I know I'm always on Snapchat, dude.
For work or for personal?
I guess let's just say as far as personally, right? So I see myself, I'm always making Snapchats. I love interacting with people that way. I love talking to people that way. So like it goes Snapchat,
then Instagram.
Probably Instagram, Snapchat, Instagram. I just got into Twitter. So as far as creating, I would say I'm putting out way more tweets than I am content on YouTube. So I guess you could say Twitter than YouTube. But I find myself thinking more about YouTube than Twitter, right?
Well, okay, so let me turn around to you, right? That also depends on the life expectancy or the half-life of the post itself, right? So like Twitter, for instance, the half-life of it is typically like 10 hours, right? And then you have Facebook, which is typically 24 hours. Then you have Instagram, which can range from 5 hours to even 36, 48 hours, depending on how you do it, right? And then your Instagram stories, of course, will be 24 and all that other stuff. But like with YouTube, it's very fascinating because since that will it can last potentially up to 6 months, depending on how you do it.
Sure.
Right? So like for instance, I'm getting views on stuff that like I posted back in June. And which I'm still kind of baffled by. I'm like, how is this even possible that I'm still getting views on?
And that's the thing with Twitter too, because like you can't pop on Twitter and like, in order to see a tweet from 6 months ago, you have to click on your page. You have to scroll. Whereas YouTube, you can literally just search whatever like that title is, and it's right there, regardless of whether it's yesterday posted or 3 years ago.
Exactly.
Right.
And so it's super fascinating to see all that stuff. So for me personally, I would have to go YouTube.
Okay.
Then I would go, surprisingly, like most time spent, but not the most engaging in my opinion, Facebook.
Okay.
Then I would go into Instagram, Twitter, then Snapchat.
Okay.
And then LinkedIn would be down in like 10 or 20 because I barely even touch that sucker.
Yeah.
I barely even touch that sucker. So.
Sure.
But
oh well, shoot. Well, we got talking off on something
a lot of
there.
stuff. Yeah.
So that was how are your lives going? Future look like? So the future of this channel, just to touch on that quick, I think, dude, I just want to create, man, right? And who knows? Like we'll see. Like we'll try different things as we continue. And I mean, heck, we're in a car. We've been in an undisclosed location. We've been at your place. We've been here for a while. Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, the cars are fogged up.
Oh yeah, and like this episode, yeah, dude, we've been chilling, man. Let's end it off with a bang. Well, let's just say C-17 says, I said topics, he said me. What's up, Colin? There's your shout out, buddy. And last one here, Tully Gas. He says, was 9/11 an inside job?
Oh God.
What do you think, man?
No.
No?
No.
I mean, folks, steel pipes or steel beams don't burn with jet fuel. I don't know what's going on. Dude, speaking of conspiracy theories, though, I think it was like 2-3 days ago. I've seen his conspiracy videos. I've seen a couple of them, yeah.
I haven't watched any of them.
I've seen, like, is there any, like, major ones that you believe or think of, or like there's any validity to where you're like, I could see that possibly, or?
Not really, no. I mean, like, that whole Chuck E. Cheese thing was...
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Oh, gosh. That had to be from Shane.
Oh, was it? Mm-hmm. Yo, hey, real quick, I just wish somebody would make a video, and maybe we should, just to be like, hey, who cares? Just eat the pizza. If you like it, great. If you don't, then don't.
It's like they just cut it differently. I mean, that's all that it is, but whatever. I mean, people just exaggerate way too many things on so much. Like, they go into super rabbit holes. I mean, like, you have that whole Rugrats conspiracy theory, or the Angelica theory to
wasn't it something about like the 7 deadly sins or something like that?
There's one of them. There's also, on top of that, it's all in Angelica's head.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one. And yeah, dude, it's just like it doesn't have to be not everything has to have a double meaning.
Yep.
Like, I saw this one thing I always remember, like back in high school. It was like one of the things was. And we have some ladies singing some tunes out loud if you guys can hear it. All right. Hey, they're enjoying life. It's a beautiful day. But I remember seeing one thing like on I think it was like on Twitter maybe or something like that. It was like when the author wrote, "The curtains are blue," and then like, and below it said like English teacher, and then the English teacher was like, well, what does this mean? The author said they're blue because he's sad and he's depressed.
Right.
And then the author was like, like underneath it was like, no, I just mean they're blue because that's the color. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm sad or depressed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And sometimes there is, I don't know, man. But 9/11 inside job, final thoughts?
God, no. Come on.
God, no. I mean, come on. Hey, man. Steel beams don't burn with jet fuel. All right, folks, here we go. Are you feeling anything?
Yeah, I've been sweating for the past like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can feel like my midsection get a little tingly with that beta-alanine.
My lips are a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm feeling good, man. Today we're hitting shoulders. Hitting some shoulders today. Are you thinking high volume? What are you thinking? Low volume, strength, or what are you thinking?
Let's go with the simple. Let's go with the 4x10.
I was gonna say 4x10, 4x12, something like that.
4x10 with 2 times rear delts, 2 times laterals, and 2 times front.
I mean, there you go, folks. I mean, keep it.
So 6.
Keep it simple.
6 exercises.
6 exercises, 2 for each part.
Hell, we can even do giant sets if needed.
We could. Let's mess around with that. That'd be kind of fun.
4 giant sets, 2 rounds of 4 sets of giant sets.
Yeah.
So we would do like the line.
You're talking about one each, like you do a front, middle, rear.
Yep.
And that'd be one set.
Yep.
And then you do that 4 times, and then another one.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Heck yeah, man. Let's do that.
And then we would do another set like that.
Yeah.
And then we can end it with traps.
Yeah.
Ooh, the traps machine that we did.
Yep.
Last time. All right. Anyway,
thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll see our post show.
You will.
All right.